Hey, it's Kara. I'm known for my especially chaotic videos on strategy games like Crusader Kings 3 and Hearts of Iron 4. Today, I'm collaborating with Paradox Interactive to deliver a tutorial on diplomacy and using it to navigate the complex world of Victoria 3. This video will cover interests, diplomatic actions, and diplomatic plays. To begin, it's important to understand interests. An interest defines a country's ability to interact with a country in a strategic region. Interests let your country diplomatically engage and trade with the countries within these regions. There are two types of interests, natural and declared. A natural interest is any strategic region that your country already has territory in. Conversely, declared interests allow a country to select a neighboring strategic region to interact with. Some countries don't start with any declared interest slots, but you can increase the number of slots you have by increasing your country rank and by building naval bases. If a country is in one of your interest regions, you can perform diplomatic actions with them. The diplomatic actions that are instant, like expelling diplomats, have no influence cost. However, continuous diplomatic actions, like improving relations, have an upkeep cost of influence as long as you keep performing them. Influence is a representation of your country's ability to engage in sustained diplomacy. Influence is primarily generated by your country's rank and the rank of countries you have rivalries with. For example, Great Britain might have an easier time performing diplomatic actions all around the world than, say, Brunei. You might be forced to be a lot more selective with your diplomacy as a smaller country, so choose carefully. One of the other things that you can do with influence is form diplomatic pacts. Diplomatic pacts are promises that two countries give to one another. Many of these require a high cost of influence per month, but also provide a lot of bonuses. You can promote free trade with other countries with the Trade Agreement Pact, but also promise to go to war together with the Alliance Pact. You can even demand the subjugation of a nation less technologically advanced than you by making them into a protectorate. Now, let's get into the more aggressive side of diplomacy in Victoria 3, diplomatic plays. In Victoria 3, warfare is seen as coming as a result of diplomacy, so creating a diplomatic play against another country is how you can set the stage for potentially going to war with another country, or maybe not, depending on how the diplomatic play plays out. As long as you don't have a truce with that country, diplomatic plays let you demand something of another country, such as their vassalage, their territory, or even demanding them to ban slavery. Many demands that start a diplomatic play incur a cost in infamy, however. Infamy can have some negative repercussions, such as making it more likely that pops in annexed territory will join radical factions, and giving other countries access to a cut-down-to-size diplomatic play option against you at 100 infamy. Most war goals will give out infamy based on the rank of the two countries involved and the size of the demand. Just adding a war goal to a diplomatic play will add infamy, so make sure it's realistically achievable through war. Once a diplomatic play is started, it will go through 3 phases before triggering a war, if it goes to war. The opening moves phase lets both sides decide on their demands and set their stances. The second phase is perhaps the most important. In the diplomatic maneuvering phase, other powers with an interest in the region may choose to join either side. You can also sway them with obligations or even promise them war goals to be achieved in the conflict. Countries can even switch sides if one offers a better incentive than the other. You can't get complacent in your attempts to win over third parties after all. The third stage of the diplomatic play is the countdown to war. In this stage, countries are locked into the sides they picked and the demands are set in stone. The only action that's possible now is to back down. When a country backs down, they essentially decide to cut their losses and acquiesce to a country before war breaks out. Importantly, backing down grants the opposing country only their main demand, so any secondary demands won't be included. There might be some situations where you don't want to sway every country to your side that you could to incentivize the diplomatic play escalating into war. Assuming a side doesn't back down before the escalation meter maxes out, the diplomatic play ends and war breaks out, which we'll cover in the next video in the series. Subscribe to the Paradox Interactive YouTube channel to get notified when that video is released. Until then, this was Kara. Thanks so much for watching.